Hey, this is Grant Luna with Fidelity National Title. And so today I was actually at an awards banquet and heard a couple of realtors talking about their excitement about ChatGPT and different ways you can use it. And it's a resource that I think is pretty cool too. I've been playing around with it myself. And specifically, I wanted to show you how you can use ChatGPT with pre-existing systems that you have within Keller Williams, specifically Keller Williams Command and Smart Plans. So what I thought would be helpful is to show you an example case of how you can create a smart plan using ChatGPT and create a series of 3 or more emails just by entering in a simple prompt. So if you don't know what smart plans are within Keller Williams Command, they're basically these automated plans that you can create where you can put contacts on them and they might be able to send out 3 or 4 emails over a span of 3 or 4 months for you, and you don't really have to do any of the work outside of just putting people on a smart plan. So this video won't go super in-depth to smart plans. If you have more questions about how they work or wanted to set them up, feel free to contact me and we can set up a meeting to do so. But mostly this could be helpful to follow along and hopefully show you a couple of different ideas of what you can do. So right now I'm in the smart plans window. And so I'm in my smart plan. So these are smart plans that either Keller Williams has already created that I've just basically attached into the library that I have at Keller Williams Command, or smart plans that I've created myself. So you can actually create your own smart plans by selecting create at the top right of the screen within smart plans. And to find smart plans itself, it's on this left-hand column right here, and you can select smart plans. So basically what I want to do in this video is create a 3 email smart plans reaching out to renters, educating them about the benefits of home ownership. So these can be renters that you meet at an open house, or if you're using resources like Fidelity Total Farm, you can actually purchase the email addresses for people that are renting in a given farm area. So if you want more information about that, there's links that I can attach as well that will help you through those processes. So I want to create the smart plan. So I'm going to select create at the top right of the screen, and I'll name it renter education. So I've already done this a couple of times. So I'm just going to say this is 2 so I can actually name it renter education. So now it'll allow me to create this smart plan. Okay, so how these smart plans work in general is you get to choose an action item, and then ideally you're setting some form of time delay because like I said, these are plans that are repeatable. So once you set certain people up on these campaigns, they could be getting emails from you over a series of 3, 6, however many months you want to select them on, and this can be something that can be repeated. But a very simple case might be a situation, like I said, is you have this renter, you want to send them 3 emails over a span of 3 months. So what you'll do is first select one of these actions. So I'm going to say send email. And this will be sent automatically through your Keller Williams email, or if you've connected a MailChimp account to it. But basically all you really have to do is worry about creating the actual subject material here. And so what I'll do now is continue creating the skeleton of this of this smart plan. So what I'll need are 3 different emails, and then I'll need time delays within each, because let's say I just pressed send email 3 times and I sent someone up on the smart plan. So there's no time delays between these. It's in theory just going to send these 3 emails back to back to back as soon as you set someone up on one of these smart plans. So instead what you want to do is obviously have these 3 emails that you'll eventually be sending out, but you want to add these time delays here. So you can press set delay. It's going to bring it to the bottom. Now it's number 4. We want it in between the first and second step. So now I have email 1, then set delay. And like I said, I want it over a span of 3 months. So I'm going to say 30 days. So now it's going to send this email, wait 30 days, and then it's going to send another email. And now we need another set delay time right here for another 30 days. Let's put in 30 here. So now we have 3 emails that are going to be automatically going out when someone is placed on this smart plan. It's going to send 1 email. It's going to wait 30 days here. It's going to send another email, then wait another 30 days, and then send another email. What's cool about smart plans is you can actually add them to a different smart plan at the end. So I'll just show you if I select add to smart plan here. This is saying at the end of this smart plan, once they get ran through these 3 emails, let's place them on something else. And so there are some really great smart plans such as my monthly neighborhood nurture, where it will send people the active listings for a given neighborhood basically once a month for you. And so what you could do in theory is place one of these renters into your Keller Williams Command account. You can place the neighborhood that they live in, and now it'll automatically send them listings for that neighborhood once a month, basically forever until they unsubscribe or you take them off the list. So if you want more information about that, reach out to me and I can help you get set up. But let's focus on the content for these emails. So now we want to go to ChatGPT. The account itself is free. Just create an account. Sometimes it is a little bit busy, so you might need to just be a little bit patient. Sometimes it says it's maxed out. I just refresh the page and it lets me back in after that. So if you just refresh a few times, sometimes you'll be able to get placed in. So I had this basic prompt that I was working with a little bit ago to see what the results would be. And I said, write a series of 3 emails, acting as a realtor, reaching out to current renters, educating them about the benefits of home ownership. Mention equity, mortgage, interest deduction, and a fixed payment versus constant rise in rents. I think I might also will add have each of these topics be an email in itself. So email number 1 is about equity. Email number 2 is about mortgage, interest deduction, etc. And then I'll say, please use actual numbers for examples, like a home price of $900,000. So let me just copy this in case you need to enter it in again. I just hit basically send on this, and let's see the emails that it comes up with. So the first one now is email number 1, the benefits of equity in home ownership. The subject line of the email gives you as well, so you can say the benefits of home ownership, building equity. And so now we'll let this run, and then we'll see what the results are. Okay, so now generated these 3 emails. The first one talks about equity. It has that actual example that I talked about in terms of $900,000. Talks about the gain in equity that you might have over time. And you could actually ask it to do it again. So let's say I wanted it to expand a bit more on this purchase price of $900,000. I can do so. So I could say something like, could you recreate these emails, but go a bit deeper in email number 1 about the gain in equity. Now it'll just regenerate those emails. Nice. Now I have this first email that's a little bit different, went further into detail about the actual gain in equity as well as appreciation of the property. So I think this is great as the first email. So now I can basically just copy this text here for this email, bring it back to the smart plan here. Now I have this email. Might be a little bit long, but this is just an example case. You could shorten it if you wanted to. And I'll just format this really quick. Now just take care of this a little bit. And now I have this first email. You actually, in my opinion, would want either the name of the person, or you can say future homeowner. And now I can enter the subject that it gave me as well for this one. So I'll come back here, the benefits of homeownership, building equity. Same now with the second email. We'll go back up to email number 2, find it here. Same thing, if I wanted it to expand, I could just simply say, hey, can you go into a bit more detail on the second email? So let's come in here. We'll say, dear future homeowner. Just fix the formatting really quick. Nice. Okay, third email. I noticed that it actually didn't finish writing out the third email. It stopped a bit. So I'll say, can you regenerate the third email? And that's actually a really great aspect about ChatGPT is it does have an awareness of the conversation that you're having. So you don't have to just recreate the prompt each time. You can just act as if it's aware of previous prompts. So in this case, I just said, hey, can you regenerate that third email? Don't have to really specify much besides that, but it has that memory that it already gave you 3 emails, which one was the third email, and it will regenerate that for you. Nice. So I think this is an amazing email. So we'll get this content now. We'll go back to this smart plan here, place it in, which is nice. We actually have the formatting already set for this one. We'll get the subject line for that third email again, the benefits of homeownership, fixed payment versus constant rise in rents. Throw that in here. We also need it for the other email. So we'll come back to here and we'll say the benefits of homeownership, building equity. Oh, sorry, that's for the first one. So benefits of homeownership, mortgage, interest deduction. Place it in here. So now you have 3 emails that are going to be going out to any renter that you throw into your database, whether that's renter that you've picked up through an open house, door knocking, or like I said, let's say you wanted to use Fidelity Total Farm, you can go ahead and get the information for these renters. So I wanted to add one last wrinkle to this for you, and that is implementing some form of lead capture. And this is where Fidelity can come in. So we actually have a resource called Fidelity Agent One. I'll throw a link in the description for a download, walkthrough, and how to actually get this app set up for yourself. But they have these things called lead gen calculators, where you can attach calculators such as mortgage calculators or rent versus buy calculators, sell to net calculators, whatever it is, but has an option to capture those leads on the back end. So if someone goes through, they do that calculator, they can leave a name and an email address, basically asking you for more information. But I think in general, it's good to have within these so people can play around with some things for themselves and see. So I'll just add this first one, mortgage here, and how this one would work is, let's say you had this link on your Facebook page or you sent it to someone, they could come in here, enter a mortgage amount, a house price, select go, and it's going to give them the estimated total payment. They can see you want to see home prices in your range, select yes, and leave some information. So I'm going to add one of these to each email. So I'm going to select share, copy link. All I need in here is this link here. I'll go back to the smart plan and let's add it here. And then I can just basically, in theory, throw it in a hyperlink. So I can highlight contact me, and I'm going to place this link here. I actually might change this a bit. I'll say, don't hesitate to contact me. And I'll say, play around with a mortgage calculator within the email. So now they actually have something that they can play around with that gives them some good information, but I can also see people that are engaging with that. I can go back now. I'll do the same thing with this rent versus buy calculator. I'll select share, copy link. And what this one does, it takes them through where they can put in the amount that they're paying in rent. So for example, they can say they're paying $4,500. They can put in that same house price, $900,000. Select go. It's going to show them the difference between buying and renting, and it'll slide that to the right, left. It'll change the numbers in here, showing the benefits of buying over renting. So same thing, share, copy link, copy link. I'll go back to the smart plan. I'll go to the second email, and I'll say, play around with a rent versus buy calculator. Once again, I'm going to click this hyperlink option, which allows me to enter in a link to some of the text. So now if someone clicked on this, they'd be taken to that calculator. So you can do the same thing for the third one. You can come down here and maybe do an equity calculator so people can kind of see the benefits of equity. Obviously, in this case, it would have made more sense to throw the equity one in the equity email. So if you're doing that, obviously maybe do it that way instead. But overall, now you have 3 emails that ChatGPT generated for you on a smart plan. So now if you press save, and let's say you go into your contacts, and let's say I'm doing an open house this weekend, someone came in and they're currently renting, so I can come in here, put their full name, I can put their email in. So let's say, for example, that one of these contacts here was someone that was renting. Maybe I had them tagged as a renter. Now I can basically come into here and I can click this 3 dots right next to her name. I can say add to smart plan, renter education 2. I can hit select, add them that smart plan. Now they're going to be getting these 3 emails from me. So just a really easy piece to get from ChatGPT. Just take some time in getting these systems set up. Hopefully you're able to follow along with these and do step-by-step, maybe exactly what I did. You're obviously free to copy the same exact content that I did in this video. You can just hit pause and take that for yourself. If you wanted these as well, I'm just having this smart plan saved in my library. So if you want this set up for yourself, you can probably contact me and I can get these set up for you. So thanks for tuning in, and hopefully this was helpful.